I'm bunking off school today. Hanging low in my bedroom. Playing tunes with a nice fat beat. Drinking cheap vodka nice and neat. Why aren't I there? Learning. I've got better things to do. Weed to be burning. So don't you worry. Don't be concerning. Teachers can't teach me anyway. They say I'm way too vocal and completely antisocial. If I'm not excluded, I'm in detention, or expelled, or on a suspension. So here I am, having a sniff, toting a spliff, beats and riffs blaring. I'm not arsed, not caring. But then, there's a major league bang on me door.
Get out of bed, you daughter of a whore. Or do I have to come in there and break your bastard jaw?
And he hits the door again to make sure I heard and singes the air with cuss and curse.
I said get out here, you stupid twittering little bird.
The door bends in and threatens to blast off its hinges. He's been up all night on one of his special brew binges. Finally it comes crashing in, knocking over me wicker bin. He lingers there for a moment, swaying like a boxer who's drunk too much pain, braying like a donkey with a damaged brain.
And I'll tell you something else, lass. I'm still standing, despite her demanding all kinds of shite. Any other fellow would be on his knees if he had to deal with my plight. Because that dirty, stinking whore of a mother of yours has had her mucky paws all over every desperate bloke who lives within 10 fucking mile. And I rue the day I let her hoodwink me into walking her up the aisle. You never remember me birthday? I bought flowers for our anniversary, yeah. Well, you don't want to turn me into your fucking adversary.
So I'm up out of bed as he stands there pissed, and I whiz forward and duck past his bawling fists onto the hallway, down the stairs, into the kitchen as he follows behind me, bawling and bitching.
Come here, you little swine. I've got a letter here that says I'm getting another fine because you're bunking off school all the bloody time. It's causing bloody murder. And if you keep this up any further, they're going to make a decision. They'll see me locked up in prison, so you better get your locks in there today, lass, or the priest will be mentioning your name in Sunday's mass.
And he takes off his belt and raises it up high, just as his jeans slip down past his thighs and end up round his ankles. And this really rankles. He's shuffling towards me like a prisoner in shackles. And then he's over onto his face and his nasal bone crackles. And he's crying now, like a little kid who's lost his ma. I grab me things, grab his keys, and I rush out to the car. And just like that, I'm in the driver's seat. When I'm in a car, any car, I'm complete. Because four wheels are my only friends. I'm not into the latest trends, and I don't do Facebook or even have a phone. I've got no time for chat rooms at the end of a data room. I don't date boys like all the other girls in my class, and when it comes to the latest music, I'll take a pass. I've got no passion to follow any fashion, but in this day and age, it's a sin not to fit in. Yet none of this is my concern. I've got rubber to burn.
See the car seat? Grab the keys from the bed and go and sit in it, and join Burner on the road.
Just me now, just me and the tarmac, taking corners at such speed it would give you a heart attack, steering wheel gripped as I turn this way and that. Accelerating is so exhilarating. On the open road there is no pain, I move into the oncoming traffic lane, intimidating sheep to steer clear of me. I don't see their frightened faces turn to anger as I force them out the way. Shaking hands as cold as clay, and then I'm out onto the motorway. Free at last. Strips of sulphur light streaking past, passing mobile phone towers and silver pylons, speed cameras, cat's eyes and bright white chevrons. I zigzag through the traffic. Commuters' fingers become graphic. One false move from me would be catastrophic, but I'm really on it. My #1 principle is to be invincible. If I was a ship, I would be unsinkable. Mistakes are unthinkable. Every move I make on this road is clinical. There's a junction coming my way, so I move off the motorway and hit a country lane. I slow down a bit too fast, but what the hell? You only live once. Then I step back onto the gas, squeezing every last drop of horsepower out of this slick machine. Nothing can touch me out here. I have no fear. My mind is clear. All the shit, all the crap, everything that's a bad rap disappears. Like I just turned off a tap. The ferocity of this velocity, it gives me some kind of inner peace. I think of me brother Reese, in his tent and his fleece, and his pale sad eyes that watch the sun rise from his bed on the pavement, or weep as the police take another statement about another rough sleeper who froze in the night. How did he enter this plight? He tossed the dice, talked the spice. Its green strands are like hungry lice, devouring him from the inside, a soul-consuming parasite. He has no will left to fight. It drinks him until he's nothing but a husk. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. At least then he'll have his peace. But then me radar buzzes. I check me mirror. Fuck! It's the police. They're burning up behind me, lights flashing. Come on, this is all I need. So I pray to God that Chewie's fixed the light speed. And I'm tearing it now, burning rubber, grinding gears. I've got that siren screaming in my ears.
Let the sirens flush you into the city centre as you watch her drive through the streets. Stand on the centre of the map.
Street cones fling through the air, spinning up and crashing down. I skid through the streets of this busy town. Past George Stevenson, he could only dream of such speed. Past the cinema, past John the Baptist Church where I make a quick lurch up Big Market. Scare two men carrying a carpet. Through the Chinese Arc, I can smell black bean sauce and laundry starch. Past St James's Park, where I arc round towards Westgate. Police can't take turns like me. They can't handle the velocity. I bang on the radio. It's Tchaikovsky. I don't know a thing about him, but quite honestly, it's like he wrote this music for me. It touches me speeding so, but my wheel just hit a badass pothole. Now I'm hurtling like Halley's Comet towards a bus stop, and there's a lady with a baby and she's got a bad case of the jaw drop, and I don't want to kill them, so I spin the wheel. Now I'm thrusting towards an old derelict butcher's shop with its peeling pink door and sun-bleached photo of a pork chop in the centre of the window that me and the car are now crashing through. Glass splashing all around us,
with an almighty crashing, shattering hullabaloo as the metal of the car screams like a banshee in the shredder. The windscreen becomes a cheese grater, and I am the cheddar. Glass bites into my face and neck, slicing off strips of pimpled flesh. In a split second, I've got more holes in me than chicken wire mesh. My spine is in compression like some medieval torture session, and my internal organs ricochet like snooker balls into pockets of pain. Joints pop out of their sockets under stress and strain, and I bounce over the crumpled bonnet, which fizzes steam across dusty counters where black puddings were once displayed next to homemade quarter pounders. I'm like a human wrecking ball. Here it comes. Here's the wall, and smack! My ribs crack in 100,000 places as wind races from my collapsed lung, whilst what's left of my teeth bites clean through my tongue. And I slide slow down the white tiles, staining them red with blood. And then all the shadows of the earth come for me, and I feel the numbing embrace, and the feeling, it's good.
In your utopia, how do we stop young people falling through the cracks? Write your suggestion down and leave it under Berna's pillow.